Hi guys, so today we have a very nice video for you guys, and make sure that you watch. Yeah, we have a very nice video for you guys. We are doing a video of question and answer. We have some few questions that maybe we want to talk about, like that will say something. Say
Just
hello,
wanted
guys.
to pop in. Hi guys, welcome back. Bye guys.
Okay guys, hello. Welcome back again to our YouTube channel. This is Bruno, and
Emma.
yeah, so for today's video is a little bit different. We're just gonna be seated here, and we'll be answering some of the questions that we thought, and a few ones that people have been asking us. So before we get into the questions, we want to say thank you so much for the 1,500 subscribers, and we are so grateful. We are so humble and grateful for the following. Thanks for the people who comment, people who like, and people also subscribe. Just keep on subscribing. Don't just watch and leave. Subscribe, and leave a comment. So we want to start by digging in through the yeah.
Yes, into our elephant bowl.
Yeah, so
We have a lot of questions here that we've both written down, and we'll see what we pull. But yeah, we just thought this would be a fun way to get to know
who we are.
who we are.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll even get to know each other a little more. Who
Yeah.
knows? But we are so excited to have doubled our following, I guess, our subscribers since the last video, and it's really encouraging. So if you guys want us to keep posting more, don't forget to watch the video till the end.
Yeah.
And there's some wedding content coming. What else is there? Nairobi
Yeah.
content as usual.
It's always as usual. If you see a YouTube channel, just know people are trying to make it.
And let us know if you have any ideas for what you'd like to see us post as well.
Yeah, so by the way, for today's video, it also gives you a room that if you have any question that you think you want to ask us, just leave it down in the comment section.
Yeah, we can always do another.
Yeah, we'll always do another video to answer. We'll always give some answers to your questions in whatever we can answer, guys. Okay? Yeah, so we're ready. Can
We'll
you play the
begin.
balls? Let's go. And
Doesn't look like a lot of questions, but it is.
yeah, there's a lot of questions here. So for the first lucky question, we'll go to: is there anything you miss from the US, your hometown?
Okay, question for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm from Michigan, which is in the Midwest of the US. We're close to Canada, where it's cold. Yeah, we don't have too big of cities, so this is my first time living in a big city. And what do I miss? I miss random things occasionally, like Chick-fil-A. I'm sure all the Americans know that one. I miss being able to get in my car and easily, stress-free drive somewhere. I miss easily shopping, which is embarrassing to say. But I feel like in Nairobi, it's a little bit of
So chaotic.
a
Guys.
chaos when you go out, and it's pretty stressful. Like, I just got used to driving in Nairobi without just being so overwhelmed, and I'm not the one driving even, but now I'm used to it after almost a year of living here.
Yeah,
So
as you guys know, big cities are always so chaotic. So
yeah, it's anywhere.
yeah, so
It's like,
that's the Nairobi life. So
yeah. Except in Nairobi, compared to some other cities, you always feel like you're gonna hit like even people walking because there's always people walking.
There's a population.
Yeah. Okay, my turn. What do we like to do in our spare time together?
Oh.
Okay. Wait, so do I also do this one?
Okay, so
Or do you?
let me do
I think we
this
can
one.
both do this.
What do we like to do in our spare time together? I think in our spare time, what we do mostly is that we go for golf.
No. That's what he
Okay,
does in
guys,
his spare time,
let
and he
me
drags
speak.
me along.
Yeah, let me speak about myself. On my spare time, I like to go and play golf, and I drag her along with me. So whenever I'm always playing golf, she's always doing something on her iPad.
He's bringing his iPad kid around, it sounds like. Yeah, sometimes I go with him and I'll sit at the restaurant and have a drink and do some work on my whatever.
Yeah, so on our spare time, really what we do is that I play golf and she drinks.
Oh my gosh. I was gonna say on our spare time, we go on drives and we just, every day we're like, what do we wanna do? Do we wanna go to the Coconut Man, buy some coconut water, go to the Karua and walk around?
Yeah.
Sometimes we just go to the mall and like get a coffee.
Yeah, we always find ourselves doing so many different things. Like,
We keep ourselves busy.
yeah, but for the weekend mostly, when no one is going to work, is when
We like to eat.
we go for food and golf. Yeah, so
Okay. Wait, whose
it's
turn is
me
it?
now. It's me.
Okay.
What's a Kenyan experience you'd recommend to any foreigner coming to Kenya? Do you want me to talk about this or you talk about this?
You can talk about it since you drew it.
Okay, so what can I recommend to a foreigner coming to Kenya? For the people who are watching this video and planning to travel to Kenya, what I could recommend for you guys is that don't just think about Masai Mara, like the elephant and all the wildlife. There's some interesting things that you can do. We have a Karura Forest where you can run if you like exercising. You can play tennis at Karura Forest. And another thing that I could also talk about is we have so many cute restaurants that
So many cute restaurants.
yeah, they have good food, just an international experience, you call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
In Naivasha.
yeah, and then we also have Naivasha also. It's a very nice lake over there. You can go and do all your... And then also there's Mombasa. Don't forget about going to the coastal part of Kenya where you'll find very nice beach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and another thing also that you can also experience in Nairobi is that we have some beautiful malls. If you like shopping, you can go to Rivers, you can go to Village Market, you can go to the Hub. Yeah, you can go to Junction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's some good places that you can get some good experience in Kenya.
And also do your safari.
Yeah, you can also do your safari. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, how many siblings and nieces and nephews do we have?
Oh,
I think
my.
we can both answer this quickly.
Yeah.
I have 2 younger sisters, no nieces or nephews on that side. But now I have nieces and nephews.
Yeah, for me, I also have a brother and a sister, so we are also 3. And I'm the last born.
Oldest, youngest.
Yeah, so I'm the youngest in our family. So I still have the baby aspect part of me that still wants to behave like a baby. So anyways, my brother has 2 kids, all girls, and my sister has 5 kids.
1 boy.
1 boy.
So I have a
and 4
lot of
girls.
nieces now.
Yeah, so that's
How
how
many
many
is that?
people, yeah.
6 nieces, 1 nephew, I think.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the number.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Oh, it's me, man. It's mine again. What was your first impression of me?
My first impression of you?
Yeah.
My first impression of him was at the gym in Kisumu, and I thought he was very cute.
Do you want to say, okay, let me ask you this. Do you want to say the first time you ever saw me was in the gym?
Yeah, right? Yeah, it was.
I think that's, were you even sure you saw me?
Yeah, I saw him in the gym. He was very cute. He was doing some classes and also training some of us, I think. And then I remember we went out with some of the gym trainers in my like school group, and I thought he was pretty like a little shy and quiet. He wasn't dancing. But now that I know him more, he's a little shy sometimes around new people, but he's just a chill guy, and that's why. And he'll dance a lot. He dances, even by himself at the table. He'll just stand up and dance while we're all sitting. What was your first impression of me, or do I only answer that?
Okay, let me say something. For my first impression of you, I think the first time I ever saw you,
Santa Magorius.
it was we were in a nightclub, to be sincere. I don't think I saw you in the gym.
I thought you did.
Okay, you came. They came as a group in a gym where I used to work.
He just didn't notice me, is what he's saying.
Yeah, so and then the first time I encountered her, it was in a nightclub. We went out as a group. Yeah, we were like around 15 people. Yeah, so
Probably like 10, yeah.
yeah, around 10 to 15. So we were out there, people were really dancing, and I was seated there. And I also think you are not dancing, you don't like dancing, so maybe that's the first time I ever encountered you. And then after that, I just kept on encountering on you, and encountering on you.
And what did you think of me?
You are so cute.
Okay,
What did I think of you?
that was cute. That was the first impression. That's an okay answer. That's an okay answer. That's basically what I said. Okay, next one. How did we meet? Okay.
I already talked about it anyways.
Did we? Not
How did we
really.
meet?
Okay, so how did we meet? I was studying in Kenya in 2018 in Kisumu, which is where he's from, not Nairobi. And I was with a small school group, and we decided to enroll in the gym while we were there for 3 months. And he was a gym trainer there. So we met in Kisumu a long time ago, but we weren't we were interested in other people, so we weren't dating or anything like that. And
Okay, yeah. So
we got back in touch later on. Good?
yeah, good. Thank you so much.
Is it my turn? Your turn?
When did we start dating? So guys, we started dating. How long have you been dating? 2 years? Okay, I need not to forget that, guys. I've been dating for 2 years, and
You've been dating for 2 years?
we've been dating for 2 years, and we've been dating for 2 years and 6 months, maybe around there. We're around 2 6 months there.
2 months and
2 years and
3 months.
3 months, not 4.
I don't think so.
It's February, March, April, May, June, May. Yeah,
3 months.
yeah. 3 months. So it's been 2 years, 3 months, guys, and it's been always. Do you wanna say about it?
Obviously, it worked out since we're getting married.
The best thing ever, guys.
My turn.
Oh.
How many languages do you speak? I speak 2 languages, I would say. English and Espanol, Spanish, which I do need to refresh on. But I know those 2 languages I can say, and I am learning.
Swahili and
I'm actively learning Swahili. Luo, I wouldn't say. I need to learn Swahili first.
yeah. So
But I do know a few words in Luo. And
Okay,
you?
so to me, I'm a man of a few words. I've only learned few languages, and the languages are only 4 languages, including Spanish.
Oh my gosh. He only knows bad words in Spanish and some made up words that you made up.
Yeah, so I've learned. Okay.
I
how
think
many
soccer
languages?
teaches you though Spanish.
Yeah, I know Luo because I'm a Luo. I know English, a little bit of okay, Luo's with English, you guys know that, and I know Swahili, a little bit of Swahili, like Luo Swahili.
You know full Swahili.
Yeah,
don't
but
lie.
I know when. Okay, for Kenyans who are watching this video, you know the way Luos know their Swahili.
I didn't
That's
know
the
that.
Swahili that I know, guys. So I can proudly say that I know I don't know. I also know Kikuyu because I've worked with Kikuyu for the last 8 years that I've been working, and I'm still working with so many Kikuyus. So through mixing with them,
You're learning Hindi.
and then I don't want to say I'm learning Hindi because they speak in English because of Indian.
You'll say some words here and there.
Yeah. So, anyways, I know 4 languages, which is English, Kiswahili, Luo, Swahili, and Spanish. Those are 4?
Well, you said Swahili twice, so.
Okay, guys. You can help me count it, guys, anyways. And I'm also
You
learning.
wanna
So
explain
in
what
Kenya,
how many languages?
yeah. So in Kenya, we also have like 42 tribes. So every tribe has their own languages. But I feel like there's some tribes that share their languages. So it's a little bit a twist of the words. Like you'll find Luya knows almost. They also have like another 42 languages in Luya alone.
So each tribe can have even a bunch of languages within them.
Yeah,
So
because
there's so many languages in Kenya.
yeah, because in as what I can say is that because also Luo, we have Luos in Kenya, and then we have Luos in Uganda, we have Luos in Sudan, and then we have Luos in Rwanda and Burundi. So we all speak different Luos. So it's all about the migration part and all that. People will know history.
Yeah, I feel like for me, it's important for me to learn Luo, but first I should learn Swahili because then I can talk to anybody here.
Okay, so the next question is me. Let's dig in, guys, to the next question. The next question says that what do you appreciate most about each other's culture? What do you appreciate most about my culture?
I think that's yours to answer.
I think this is more both because we both have different cultures. But what I appreciate most about your culture
Which culture is that?
is a US culture.
Yeah, the American culture.
The American culture. So, what do I appreciate most about the American culture is that there are so many things I appreciate anyway. But what really comes into my mind about the American culture at this point of my life is that they take things casually, but it's a lot of being casual. You get it? I don't know if that's the right way to put it out.
For what example?
For example, like in our circumstance, like before I could introduce my fiance to my family, I had to make sure that we are all in the same page. Like I had to tell you that before you go, you have to know that it might lead to so many questions that might maybe put me in some situation I have to explain why.
We had to be 100% certain about our relationship before meeting your family.
Yeah, so that's how it is, guys. So, do you have anything about
And
culture?
meeting my family?
Yeah, I think about meeting your family, it was so casual. Like, it was the best thing ever to happen because it was so easy. I didn't have so much pressure of being showing as being the best man or being all that, but rather being just myself.
Yeah, that might vary family to family.
Yeah, so that's what
I
it
can
was.
say the Americans are casual in some way, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to family. Am I supposed to answer what I like about your culture?
Yeah, next question, please.
Okay, we'll skip that one.
The next one is me.
Oh. Okay, answer that. You can't be choosy.
I'm not choosing anything, I'm just trying to read. Okay. Oh. What do you admire most about the way I handle challenges? I think this is a question that I'm supposed to ask you.
I know, it's unfair because the ones you pull are still ones I have to answer.
Okay, we can both answer this.
Okay.
What do you admire most
I can
about
answer first.
the way I handle challenges? Okay, let's go.
You're super patient and you're never afraid to admit that, like, you're sorry. Even if you weren't really wrong, you just say you're sorry.
Santa Glorious.
You're thinking, I don't think I can say that she's patient.
Yeah, for the fact, you're not patient anyway, but that's all.
Okay, what do you appreciate and
understand?
how I handle
But
challenges?
what I appreciate most
Oh,
about
and
the
also
way
you don't give up.
the way you handle challenges is that you tend to try and look for solutions quickly. So you are this one person that I know. You don't want to take so much time to be in a challenge. You want to be like, let's solve it right now. So you really try to find solutions as fast as possible, which is something good. I come here with patience, and then she comes here rushing. So and then we meet somewhere in the middle there, and then we cool each other down.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Or you cool me down. Okay. What's been the most surprising part of living together? Do you want to answer that first?
Yeah. So, guys, the most surprising part about living together is that you can't have one meal every day. Your meals have to change.
Is that a culture shock too?
No, I feel like it's something that people, whenever you start living with someone, it happens.
Okay, it's just
When I used to live alone, I used to don't think about what I'm going to, what is really going to be my next meal. I will take whatever meal that was coming, whatever I thought of that time. Sometimes I could even just sleep without eating, but
just drink milk.
living together, you have to think about the next meal and the next meal and the next meal.
I meal plan a week in advance for a whole week at one time. The most surprising part of living together, I would say, is how easy it's been. I think some people warned me before I moved to Kenya, because we obviously didn't live together much, or we didn't live together before that, that it was going to be so hard to live with a man, and that it was just there was going to be so many things that would annoy me, but it's been pretty easy. I only get annoyed sometimes.
No, you're not. You have to get annoyed. That's part of life.
But not that much.
Not that much. Okay. Let me read this.
Who's more likely to forget something important?
I think I'm the one who is most likely to forget something that is important, guys. She speaks about all the important things every day, so.
So it's hard to listen to me all the time.
No, I just don't put myself there to like think about something all the time.
Yeah, he gets a little distracted sometimes when I talk a lot, but I feel like as much as you might forget some important things, I forget every small thing. I have to call him to be like, I can't find my keys. Where are they? And he always knows. Where's my phone? He knows. He knows where everything is. Is it my turn?
Well, so far so good. So guys, we are moving. And anyways, as much as you're watching this video, if you haven't subscribed, please click the button.
Yes.
Take us to 2,000, guys.
Woo!
Okay.
Okay. What Kenyan tradition or habit was most surprising to you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a question for me.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay, separate from the tooth story. Oh my gosh. So many things that are surprising here. I mean, it's very culturally different here compared to the US, so how can I answer this?
What's the most surprising thing that you ever encountered?
Well, okay, habit or tradition? I don't know which one to talk about.
Just think since you came here, and there's one thing that you've always been thinking about all the time.
Okay, there's probably a better answer, but I'll just try to think of what comes to mind first.
Yeah.
I feel like the tradition part, I'll answer the tradition part and then the habit part. The tradition part, it's so fascinating to hear about the different wedding traditions. And not only the ones I'm learning about for the Lua wedding, but the fact that every single tribe has different wedding traditions is so fascinating. And, in the US, you just have the overall same kind of wedding everyone else has.
Yeah.
So that's been interesting to learn about.
Tradition?
Yeah, and then the habit, I wasn't surprised to know that everybody would be running on Kenya time because I knew that people would be. I worked with people from all over the world in the US, and I knew that people would be running late here, but it's really
Okay, do you want to just say
I guess
people will be
surprising.
late?
Okay, but it's not like people will even be late. They'll even lie about it. They'll be like, I'm close, and then they haven't even left the house yet. So people don't want to admit.
I think that's one thing that you've also
I like
kind of
also.
little bit adapted about.
I already was someone who was late in the U.S., which you'd get in trouble for in the U.S. But here, I can like the time that the meeting's supposed to happen, I can leave the house at that time. That's nice.
Surprisingly, you are always the late one.
I'm always late,
Yeah.
no matter which country.
So
But I can
the
be
next
more late
question
here.
should be, who take longer to get ready to go out? Oh my God.
That's an easy answer.
Yeah, she does the makeup for an hour.
No,
and
I
then-
don't.
And then she starts looking for an outfit.
That's what takes long.
And now again, and then after looking for her
Oh, it's
outfit,
raining.
I need to also help you look for your outfit.
You have to
So-
help me look for my
Yeah,
outfit too?
so she
Yeah.
takes an hour to look for her outfit, and then after looking for her outfit, then I need to comment for the outfit.
And then I have to pick out your outfit.
That takes another 30 minutes. So
And sometimes he doesn't respond right, and then I'm like, you don't like it, and I have to start over.
yeah. So, okay, guys. So for the next question is, how was your experience with long distance relationship? So the question with the long distance relationship is, how was my experience? My experience was like, how would you say it? Because I was living alone, and it was so tough because of the time difference. That's one thing. I had to sleep late, wake up early because of all that, and you also had to sleep late, but you never had to wake up early anyways.
You were waking up early anyways for your work.
Yeah, so that's how it is. So with long distance, you really have to put in more time because you are in different part of the world. You're running in different part of situations, and you're also trying to keep up with your relationship. So it requires you to be like almost 100% into it, and it drains you a lot because first of all, you don't know if anything is really going to work out. You're just like, let's give it a shot, let's see how far we can go. And I feel like that's also another thing that kept us going because we didn't have so much pressure on each other on like, this is the deadline. We just kept on going and going and going, and then somehow in between there was a plan, and here we are.
Yeah, I'd say it was super challenging, but we managed to visit each other a few times in that long distance period. And yeah, just communication is hard because you don't really know what's going on in each other's lives, like for real. So you're just trying to communicate the best you can. And like he said, just questioning yourself. Are we doing the right thing? You have to have a lot of faith. So I feel like he really carried that through because he was always certain that we were on the right path. So I
wouldn't say that I carried all that through because it all depends on both of us.
Yeah, two people. Yeah.
So I wouldn't say like, oh, I'm the one who kept it going. I'm the one who kept it doing more. I think we both kept it going. The fact that you talk to me and I talk to you, that's what really matters the most.
Yeah. Yeah, we just had a lot of faith, I guess, and somehow we ended up here. And it worked out. So just keep going with it, even if it seems crazy to other people.
Yeah, we are. Don't give up. And one thing that I can say about long distance relationship is what I've come to learn is that if you can be with someone in a relationship in a long distance, it's almost certain that you can be together when you're not in a long distance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it drains a lot when you're in long distance than when you're together.
Yeah.
Okay, another question will go to you.
Okay. What's been the best part of wedding planning? So we've been really planning for, we have a Kenya wedding coming up, our traditional wedding,
Nyombo.
our Nyombo. What's been the most exciting? Oh, also sorry if you can hear the rain. It's really rainy.
It's been
Really
raining
rainy.
lately.
Yeah. But the best part of wedding planning has been like, it's like a scavenger hunt. It's been a scavenger hunt because obviously I've never designed a wedding dress before, and in the US you just buy one that's like already made. So it's been really fun to like go and find fabric for our outfits for the wedding.
Yeah, you have to go.
And I don't know if you'd say it was your favorite part, but we went to probably like 10 different stores between Kisumu and Nairobi, maybe more than 10, just looking for the perfect fabric that we want to accent, because it's not a white dress, we've got some
Fabric, some
pattern in there, we've got some plain color in there, meeting with the fundi to just, you know, see what the tailor, and going into small chaotic markets to look at fabric stores that were recommended to us, big malls with fabric stores, walking for so long with your sister in Kisumu to different little markets and like looking for this fabric, and finally we found our fabric, which I'll make a separate video about.
And the most stressful part about it is that in every store you go to, they always want you to buy something.
No, well, yes, but he also himself feels pressured and feels bad if we don't buy something.
Yeah, because why could you look for, like, make someone help you look for the fabric and then you tell them, oh, thank you so much. You don't need any.
It's the shopping process. That's what I was explaining to him. You can't like go into a store and buy something every time. But people in Kenya are very helpful, so you do feel a little bad because, you know, they're climbing ladders, pulling things down. They're really working to make that sale. But so we did make a few purchases that we aren't using, but we're giving to his grandma to make it for their dresses. So it worked out.
So let me read the next question. And your favorite meal each other makes. What's your favorite meal that I make?
The meal that I always ask you to make? Eggs and ugali. He always makes all the Kenyan food we eat, and I feel like I request mostly the eggs and ugali we have probably once a week with sukuma.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's so simple, but he makes it so well. He makes everything nice. What's your favorite meal I make?
Okay, I have a list, but the one that I can put on top is butternut squash.
Really?
And then I can do the chili as the second one. And then I also like the chicken noodle soup.
You can tell we've been eating a lot of soups lately.
Yeah, and again, another thing that I love the most is the cinnamon rolls.
Oh, yeah. Last week I made both the chili and the cinnamon rolls, so it was a good week. Actually, this week I made the chili, like beef chili.
It's been a perfect week for us. So the next one is for you.
What jobs have you done?
So should I say?
Like, what's your career? We both can say.
Okay, jobs that you've done. Just talk about the things that you've done. Okay, so you wanna start?
Okay. My first like real job out of college, I worked at a group home for refugees in the U.S. Then I worked at a short-term shelter for refugees. They were all teen boys. Then I worked at a program for teen empowerment, girls empowerment in Honduras at like a children's, I wouldn't call it orphanage, but kind of like a huge ranch where a bunch of kids lived in Honduras. Then my most recent job was another girls empowerment manager role for people who are new to the U.S., refugees, immigrants, and I met a lot of Kenyans there, in the program, and yeah.
You've also worked as part-time.
I've been doing some admin stuff.
Yeah.
Admin role stuff, online work. Did some volunteering in Nairobi in Kawangware at a children's home. So mainly I can say I've worked with youth. Yes, and nonprofit work and stuff.
Yeah, so for me, campus now, I was doing education, and I also, so for my last years we were supposed to do a practical. That's when I became a trainer, because now I was studying special need education, and then there was a physical aspects that I needed to learn. So I joined the closest the gym that we met in. It was so close to my university. So then I joined that gym. I ended up working there, and then they started paying me, and then it turned out to be a job. So after that, when I finished my college, then I moved to Nairobi, which I was also employed in a sports facility. It was like a sports club. There was tennis, there was gym, there was bowling, there was football.
Kind of like a country club.
Yeah, it's like a country club.
Yeah.
There was cricket, there was squash, there's gym, there's swimming. Yeah, so most part of my life I worked there for like almost 4 years, and then another thing that I did, I was a teacher for like a term, like you call it a semester, like 3 months. Yeah, but that was now doing my teaching practice. Yeah, so
What were you teaching?
after that, I was just special need education when I was learning
I
special
didn't know
need.
that.
Yeah, so you have to do a teaching practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
He's a good teacher. He also volunteered with me at the children's home and did tutoring and all that.
yeah,
The kids
so,
loved him.
Yeah, so that's that, and another thing that I'm now getting into right now, and I'm so excited about, is that I'm about to become assistant physiotherapy, occupational therapy.
Yes.
Yeah,
And you already have a kid?
Yeah, and right now I have 2 kids that
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of going to manage.
You're gonna do occupational therapy with them?
Yeah, I'm gonna do occupational therapy with them. So I've worked as an OT, as a trainer, as a teacher, and as an assistant. So
And right now you also work doing he does boxing
yeah, by the way, I'm also a good boxer.
and a personal trainer currently. That's his main job. You forgot to mention your main job. He's a good boxer.
Yeah.
And
so,
personal trainer. Go to your house, go to the gym he works at.
Yeah, so those are also another things that we
Yeah.
do. So I don't know, I can classify myself. I can say that whatever comes forward, you can do.
A man of many skills.
Yeah, but mainly I'm really focusing on OT.
Yeah.
Yeah, occupational therapy.
For the maybe going back to school and stuff.
Yeah, so
My turn?
you turn.
How long has Emma been in Kenya?
You want me to answer that?
Sure.
Okay, so you came here like in June?
Yeah,
And,
very end of June, I think.
Yeah, towards the end of June. So you've
Last
been
year.
here. This is your 11th month?
What month is that, May?
We are in May right now.
Yeah, I've almost been here for a year.
Yeah, so we're almost celebrating 1 year, guys.
And I'll be in the US traveling at that point, but we'll come back and I'll celebrate.
Okay, that's traveling. That's anyway, you're still here. You're just traveling. So that's it, guys. So why did Emma move? Plus, how did Bruno feel?
Okay, I moved. I made the decision to move. Obviously almost a year, no, earlier than that, because I wanted to finish out my job before I moved. It was a big risk because at that point we hadn't seen each other in person like so much, but we had been dating for a while, and I think my parents could see that I wasn't like gonna let this go. So we were dating, and at some point it was like, okay, are you just gonna keep doing long distance? Like, what is this? You need to actually spend a lot of time in person before you can, you know, make it something like getting married with that person or whatever. So basically just took a risk and moved here. Yeah, it was crazy. How did you feel when I told you I was gonna move here?
Yeah, so how did I feel when you told me you were moving here? At first I never believed that you're moving here. Yeah, for the feeling part is that, okay, it never crossed my mind. There's no any single point that I thought of you just deciding to quit your job and then come and live with me. So it was a kind of a roller coaster feeling where I was like, is she really going to move here? Does it make sense? Is it true? What should I do since she's moving here? What's the best thing that I can do to make myself be a better person? So I really had so many feelings, but again, I decided to just let it flow. Yeah, because we also had a lot of faith when we went long distance. We talked about so many things. So I think talking about these things made us kind of believe in ourselves that, okay, we can do it.
Yeah, we wanted a serious relationship at that point, but you can't like continue long distance. Like for me, it wasn't an option for him to like just come to the US and like, I don't know. I needed to come to Kenya to figure out everything. So it was a risk, but it was worth it.
I think we've talked about this one, biggest culture difference.
Biggest cultural difference?
Yeah, let me read the next one. You want to read it?
What aspect of our weddings are you looking forward to?
I'm looking...
Other than marrying me.
Okay. I'm looking forward to the way your family will react when you do the traditional wedding.
Yeah, my family's never been to Africa, to Kenya, either, and my friends are even coming with their partners. Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that's also.
Yeah, we have some stuff planned around that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Another question is, who said I love you first? Guys.
He said it really early.
Okay, guys. So for the record, is that
I was like,
as a man, for the record, guys, as a man, you always have to say I love you first. It doesn't sound right when a lady tells you I love you first. So I thought of like, I was seeing these things the way it's going. I was like, let me just put it out there.
We hadn't even officially started dating yet.
Okay, it's not like we were like, oh. It was in a position where I was like, okay, I can see this thing is going into this direction.
I even was questioning him. I was like, are you sure?
Are you
sure? It's too early.
I was like, okay, the best thing you have to do is to call a spade a spade. Don't be like, oh, I like you, but I have to see you and know that if I really like you. I was like, let me tell you that I like you, and then come here first, and then see that I don't like you. So I was like, okay, I love you. Bring yourself here. Let's see if I love you or if I don't love you.
So he proved himself after.
Yeah, so after that, I was like, okay, for sure I really did love you.
Oh, so are you admitting that when you said it, you weren't sure either?
No, I just say that I said I love you for the fact that I was feeling, we were so much in love. We were so feeling much in love. Anyways.
For me, it was quicker than I would have imagined. So I was like, I don't know how to, yeah. I wasn't even living here at that point. It was on one of our visits. But he's proved it.
Yeah, I remember the first time we ever started dating, you were like, are you just gonna tell me that you want to date me?
Yeah, just so casually.
Yeah.
Okay, my
turn.
Who
Who made the first move?
He also made the first move. Yeah, as far as being like asking, like, will you be my girlfriend? Like, first kiss. You made the first move on everything.
Oh, the first kiss. Yeah, it was so nice. You'll always remember that.
Yeah, he was a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I thought you'd be more shy.
Yeah, for the fact of who said I love you
who made the first move?
Who made the first move? It was like in between a conversation of being friends, and then I kicked in.
He was always straightforward with that he wanted to be together.
Like, do you want to be my girlfriend?
I never questioned if he liked me or not.
Do you love me?
Yeah, I love you. Do you want to be my girlfriend? All in one.
Okay, do you want to be... Okay, another thing, guys, I also think that when I was in school, when I was learning special education, I got to interact with people with a little bit of ADHD and autism, and they're always direct. So I think I took some aspects of that into my life.
I never heard you say that.
So, what's your future travels?
Me or you?
I think travel is for both of us. Okay, anyways, about our future travels, I don't know. I can't talk about the future as well.
But we have some that we know that we want to do.
But I can say that there are some things that we're dreaming of doing, and it's always best that we do them and give you in content.
Yes.
Yeah.
As far as planned future travel, for sure. I will be going to the U.S. very soon, which is sad.
And
We'll be
your
apart,
family.
but we'll test our long distance skills again. It's not that long.
That's for mom.
For a month, I'll be gone. And then we're talking now about a little honeymoon kind of trip we might do after our wedding, maybe Zanzibar, Diani.
Maybe guys, but we
Our
don't know.
dream bucket list trip
Yeah,
is
yeah.
to do
West Africa, South Africa.
so many ideas.
Yeah.
Like South Africa, we talked about Namibia, we talked about Morocco, we talked about Ghana.
Yeah. So for the fact, I don't know if I can really say that we have something in place that is planned because there's so many things.
We were saving for it.
Seychelles.
Seychelles.
Mauritius.
Oh yeah.
You see?
We have to pick one location. We want to do a big trip eventually. Maybe a van life kind of trip where we rent a van and do a road trip around that country.
Okay,
But we
that's
want
so
it to
good.
be. Babe, why are you rushing me?
Because you don't want to talk about things you've not done.
That's a cultural difference. He doesn't want to talk about things that we haven't done, but I do because you got to put it out there. And who cares if we don't do it? Nobody's putting a knife to our neck. I'm saying we want to do it, not that we are doing it. We want to. We don't know. We want to take go somewhere in Africa.
Anyway, guys, I don't know what I can say
He's
about
like,
that.
don't tell people.
I don't know what I can say about that. We don't like talking about things that have not happened, but that's like
It's called manifesting. What's your favorite part of each other?
Can you read this thing again?
It says, what is your favorite part of each other? But we meant to say, what is your favorite part about each other? Is that my question or yours?
I think that's your question because I answered it. I don't know.
Okay, you want the compliments. I get it. I also want the compliments.
Okay, it's good for us.
Okay, I'll go. Okay, I like that you are very humble and he's very, very patient. He's very sensitive, like empathetic towards other people. He's great with working with people and he can really do anything that he wants, that he puts his mind to. He's very talented.
Okay, the boy is raised so high. What can I say? The favorite?
What's your favorite part of me?
That you're always chasing your dreams. That's the favorite part about your life. Since I've known you, you've always been chasing your dreams, and as far as I know, you've really achieved so many things that you've talked about. Though you're still working on achieving a lot, but for sure you are on the right track, and I think that's the favorite part about you, that you stick to your dream no matter what. Sometimes you feel like giving up and you still talk about it. So that's it. So I need to push you on that, yeah?
That's cute.
Oh, what's your favorite part about living in Nairobi?
The food, the restaurants,
Not even me.
you.
I didn't know your favorite part of living in Nairobi is food, man.
You're my favorite part of Kisumu.
Kisumu?
That's how I know you.
No, we live in Nairobi, man.
Yes. I like going to all those restaurants with you.
Okay, so anyway, I don't know what I can say about my favorite part about living in Nairobi, but the best part about being here is that things are moving so fast, which I feel like I like. You're waking up at 4 a.m. and people are already outside there.
The city boy.
Yeah, so you're really enjoying that. So
We're down to our last 2 questions, guys.
yeah, so let me read the last
We'll each
one.
take one.
What part of the USA does Emma live in, and how is it there? I think you've talked about that.
Yes, I live in Michigan. It's very cold most of the time, not very sunny, but when it's summer, it is very nice because
It's
we
the best
have,
place to be.
yeah, we have the Great Lakes. So we have lakes that you can't even see across the other end. They're like oceans, kind of like Lake Victoria. And it's great for boating, swimming, going to the beach.
Squishy, squishy, squishy.
Yeah, it's so cute. Michigan's so cute. And the people are nice. I miss the snow. I like the snow.
Okay.
What's the scariest part of moving to a new country?
That's for you.
I guess knowing if you're gonna like, the only scary part I feel like is knowing if you're gonna make the right group of friends, meeting
like
your
right
group.
people.
Yeah, because you leave your country where you had a job, you had friends, your family, and I moved and I just had you, and it's still mainly you. What can you imagine would be a scary part of moving if you had to move to the US?
Okay, what can I say about the scary part about living in a new country?
Or US specific? What's scary about the US?
Mainly thing that you can always talk about is when you're moving is meeting people, meeting friends, and also learning their culture, being in a new place for the first time.
I think finding work is a big one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Settling in is also. So,
Yeah.
so guys,
That was all of them.
that was it.
That was a long video.
Yeah, we have so many questions. There's still so many questions anyways. So thank you again guys for staying until the end of the video.
Yeah, so if you've watched till the end and you're at this point, leave a comment that you've made it to this point. Leave a little thumbs up emoji or something. Yes, and let us know if there's any other videos you'd like us to make. We really want to put our effort into this, get serious, and start posting more.
No, we are serious guys.
We are serious, but we want to make more content. Sometimes we're slow on that.
Yeah, so anyway guys, thank you so much for staying. This is your boy, Bruno, and this is your girl, Emma. So
that's not going to become our slogan. That's not.
this is...
Hey, welcome back. This is your boy Bruno.
Yeah, this is your boy Bruno, and this is your girl. Yeah, and you're back again with another video. Anyways, what you can say is that we are so excited to give you so much content, as much as we can.
We're putting ourselves out there with this. Okay, guys. Well, make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next video, yeah?
Yeah, see you guys. Make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, like, watch until the end if you've made it through until this point. Thumbs up.
Bye, guys.